During an interview on Joe Rogan's podcast this week, comedian Jim Gaffigan was put in a position that I don't know that Gaffigan was expecting to be put in when Rogan began going on a rant about the Capitol Riot and how he says that it is a fact that there were federal agents implanted in the crowd that got people all riled up to storm the Capitol. Now, I'm going to read Rogan's exact quote in just a moment, where he, by the way, invokes one man who actually recently sued Fox News for claiming he was a federal plant at the Capitol riot. So, not a smart decision by Rogan to bring up this guy possibly being a plant, because he's already sued people for making that statement. But let's start right off the bat, before I even read his quote, getting it out there in the open that no, it is not a fact that there were federal agents implanted in the audience to get people riled up to storm the Capitol. There is literally no evidence whatsoever on God's green earth to suggest that. Rogan, when he said it's a fact, lied to his entire massive, largest podcast in the country audience. That is a lie that he told them. Here is what he said. I don't know, but I do know that I think that every other person who was involved in January 6th, who was involved in coordinating a break-in into the Capitol and then instigating people, they were all arrested. This guy wasn't. Not only that, but they were defending him in the New York Times, the Washington Post, all these things, saying Fox News has unjustly accused him of instigating when he clearly instigated. He did it on camera. I don't know if he was a Fed. I know a lot of people think he was a Fed. Trump was very open about his disdain for the intelligence agencies. Throughout history, people of unchecked power and unchecked influence have enemies, and Trump was their enemy. He also added, the January 6th thing is bad, but also the intelligence agencies were involved in provoking people into the Capitol building. That's a fact. Again, no, it's not. Nothing that Joe Rogan said there is a fact at all. Like, this is all make-believe superstition BS being pushed by Joe Rogan. For what? Like, to what end? That's what I want to know. Like, why are you even bringing up these idiotic conspiracy theories? That's what makes no sense. And why are you bringing it up in a conversation with Jim Gaffigan, of all people? You know, if you were talking to some idiot right-winger, would totally make sense. But to his credit, Jim Gaffigan pushed back and knocked Joe Rogan down a few. He said, Jim Gaffigan said, more suspicious why Trump didn't call for backup for the Capitol Police. There's way more conspiracy stuff against Trump than the slim likelihood that people were like, oh, Trump's a problem. Let's just get these people that are loyal to Trump to run into the Capitol so that we can arrest 300 people. Does that make sense? That's what Gaffigan asked Rogan, and Rogan responded and he said, no, it doesn't make sense. But then he said that using these agent provocateurs is common practice, and everybody totally knows that. But Gaffigan just gently poking at this conspiracy theory totally blew it up because, yeah, what's the point of that? Like, the intelligence agencies want to get Trump, according to Rogan's little theory here. So they had a bunch of people who aren't Donald Trump storm the Capitol building so that most of them could be hit with misdemeanor charges that involved no jail time? Where's the logic in that? It's a rhetorical question. There's never any logic to idiotic conspiracy theories pushed by people who don't know any better. But it's stupid. And that's what Jim Gaffigan's trying to point out here. Like, hey, it doesn't make any sense. Like, no matter how you slice it, even if Trump had made enemies in the intelligence apparatus, why would arresting a couple of people who support him, like, that doesn't hurt Trump at all? None of it makes any sense. But that's the thing about conspiracy theories, they never do. Gaffigan, by the way, continued to kind of push back. And here is what Gaffigan said when Rogan tried to bring up the corruption of Joe and Hunter Biden. Gaffigan said, quote, Joe Biden's relationship with his son, who obviously struggles with addiction. I mean, look, half of our friends struggle with addiction. He's a compassionate father. You and I both have this same suspicion, but we're coming from two different sides, which is fascinating. Talking about Jared Kushner. I think you are more likely to think that Biden is Satan, and I'm more likely to think that Trump is Satan. So, good job, Jim Gaffigan. Horrible lies told by Joe Rogan. And I haven't even gotten to the big part of it, which is Joe Rogan understands that Fox News was already sued by Ray Epps, the man that they claimed, oh, he's the plant, he's the one. You know why they say he's the one? Because he was on video actually just chit-chatting with a police officer at one point. That's it. Like, Republicans are supposed to back the blue, right? You're supposed to be we stand with the cops. And this guy was standing with the cops. He's like, hey, how you doing? How's it going? He was being friendly with him. And Epps never entered the Capitol. Like, he didn't break the law. He didn't steal anything. He didn't hurt anybody. He was just there. There was no problem with being there where he was. That's why he wasn't prosecuted. Not because he's a plant, but because he didn't break a law. And Fox News is being sued for it. And Rogan goes out there and almost makes the exact same claims, like he's begging to get sued himself. Like, that is what is so dumb about it. Not only that you lied to everybody, but that you're kind of, maybe not, because you're like, I don't know if he's a Fed, but some people think he is. Yeah, those some people are being sued for it. If you don't watch the way you're talking about it, you're going to get sued for it too. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.